today we are going to have our lesson about perfect labor market. Like we studied perfect competition in the product market, the same market in which we find perfect competition in the product market, the same market will have perfect competition in the labor market. In case of product market, if you remember, we said there are many buyers and many sellers of the same product, and every firm in the market is price taker, because every firm is having a small proportion of the total market. It cannot influence the prices. Okay? There are no barriers to enter or leave the market, and we find perfect information available to everyone about the market. Whereas in case of labor market, if I say there are many buyers and many sellers of labor services, the same producers of products, now they are competing in the labor market. Can I say there are many buyers, there are many buyers and sellers of labor services. Alright? The producers are producing the similar products. What are they producing? The similar products. They are producing the similar products. They are producing similar products. Everyone is the wage taker. Everyone is the wage taker. No one is wage setter. Who is setting the wage? The market forces of demand and supply. None of the firm is having any influence on the wage setting of the workers. Okay? Now the fourth factor, perfect labor mobility is present. Labor is mobile. There is perfect labor mobility. Perfect labor mobility. What do you mean by this thing? Workers can move from one firm to another. There is no restriction. They have to produce the same type of product. There is mobility of workers. If they are working here, they can move to another place. Okay, there is perfect mobility. And the last one, which is say there are no barriers to enter, it means there are no barriers for the movement of workers. Okay, like the product market we were having agent anti-petition is free. The same is the case. There are no barriers for the workers to do job in this unit of production or another. Now the perfect information is also available to everyone. Perfect information is available to everyone. Alright? Is there any problem? Now these are the characteristics of a perfect labor market. If any market is having these characteristics, we can say this is operating under perfect competition. Alright. Now I am drawing the diagrams of these two markets, the product market and labor market. I am going to erase all these characteristics of perfect labor market. Have you written all of them? Okay. Now, yesterday's lesson will be continued from the same diagram. Now, what is happening in the product market? This is the market demand, this is the market supply, and we said price is set by the market forces. This is the product market. Okay? Product market. Okay. So now the firm will face what? firm is facing perfectly elastic demand curve. It is price taker, it is not price setter. So this is what a firm. Here demand was equal to average revenue, and that's equal to marginal revenue. What firm was deciding? The profit maximizing level of output at that point where marginal revenue equals to marginal cost. So this is the marginal cost of the production, and this is the level of output by the firm. Now what is happening in the labor market? This is labor, this is the wages, and this is the labor market. This is labor demand, this is labor supply. The wages are set by the market, equilibrium wages. And these number of workers, they are at equilibrium point in the whole market. And how firm is facing it? Here it is labor, and we say now the firm is wage taker. It faces perfectly elastic supply of labor. Make the comparison here. Demand was perfectly elastic. Now here supply is perfectly elastic. Now wages are equal to average cost, and that's equal to marginal cost. Now the firm has to decide. What firm has to decide? The number of workers to be employed. And how many workers it is going to employ? I demonstrated to you the marginal revenue product theory. How much revenue each worker is bringing to the firm. Now draw that marginal revenue product. This is marginal revenue product of labor, that is demand for labor. At this wage rate, where marginal revenue product of the last worker is equal to the wage paid, these are the number of workers hired by this firm, because this firm is not producing all the total market output. He is producing some part, some proportion of the total market. Therefore, it is hiring these number of workers at this wage rate. Clear? So wages are set by the market, whereas firm is the wage taker. This is wage taker. And here it is price taker. Understanding the points? Okay, what is happening to the individual worker? These are, you can say, the working hours, and this is the money he is paid in terms of. Here he finds that his demand is perfectly elastic. Every worker thinks that at this wage rate, there are so many firms. There are infinite number of employers which are available. They can provide me a job. Okay? So he finds his like the firm, he is facing this thing. Okay? So this is the individual worker. Follow my point or not? Now his supply curve is backward bending. He is having this supply curve. So these are the number of hours, maybe 8 hours. He is deciding to work at this wage rate, or 6 hours, you can say any number of hours. Wages are usually paid per hour. So how many number of hours he is going to work per day? That is 8 hours or 6 hours at this wage rate. Clear? Okay. Now what is happening to this market? Okay. Now the product demand is increasing. Prices are increasing now. Okay. So labor demand is indirect or derived demand. When product demand is increasing, in the labor market we will have increase in demand of labor. Clear? Okay. Now see over here. At this wage rate, more output firm is supplying. At this price level, price has increased. So the firm is going to supply more output. In order to produce more, it needs to employ more workers. Okay? So we see over here at this wage rate, what is happening? We find there is decrease in number of workers along the curve. If this firm is also facing increase in demand, because overall market demand has increased, so what happens? Due to increase in price, its minor revenue product will shift rightward. Minor revenue product याद है ना? Which is calculated by multiplying minor physical product with the price of the product. Because this firm is price taker, so its price is equal to minor revenue. Now the demand of labor will also increase. So at this higher wage rate, they are going to employ more workers. And what individual worker is facing? If he is employed, he is offered more wages, he is also ready to supply more working hours along his curve. Is it clear now? Yesterday it was requiring this type of detail and I stopped it from. How the whole perfect market is working? This is the market mechanism. The prices, they are allocating resources very effectively in free market system. Without any government intervention. There is no trade union, there is no government minimum wage legislation. The whole market is operating on the basis of this product price and wages, and everything is working behind the prices. Clear? How perfect? ये सारी चीजें आपकी बुक ने नहीं दी, उसने सिर्फ ये डायग्राम दी और इसका कुछ पार्ट दे दिया. तो हमने क्या बताना है? How wages are determined in perfect labor market and how they are changing the labor demand and labor supply. Clear? So when supplies, suppose there is net emigration, people are leaving our country to settle in other parts of the world. The supply will shift leftward, labor supply, wages will increase. So due to increase in wages, demand is not, it is not going rightward. At higher wages, firm will be hiring less number of workers. Okay? So this is how the whole market is working in case of perfect competition. And we determine the wages in our separate classes, labor demand and labor supply. Then we reach to this diagram how workers' wages are set by the market. Now how firm will be facing? It totally depends upon product market. क्योंकि ठीक है? Is it clear? Next topic is about trade unions and monopoly. Okay, we can have transfer earnings and economic rents as well. The two market imperfections. But before that, we need to cover trade unions. Should I start transfer earnings and economic rent right now? Okay, that's fine. Transfer earnings and economic rent. What do you mean by that? Do you have any idea? Transfer earnings and economic rent. Usually rent is paid to the landowner for the use of piece of land in the production unit. But here labor is also enjoying the economic rent. What do you mean by this? Do you have any idea about economic rent of workers? What is transfer earnings? Very wrong answer. ये मैंने पढ़ा ही नहीं है. उधर का कौन सा टॉपिक इधर वो ट्रांसफर पेमेंट्स बोंगी मारनी. ताली आपको पता मैंने पढ़ाया नहीं था वैसे होगा। बाय कोई पढ़ रही हो नहीं, बाय तो उसको पता होगा। किसी ने पढ़ा है बाय? उसको पता होगा, मुझे तो नहीं, मैंने नहीं पढ़ा। ट्रांसफर अर्निंग्स क्या होती हैं? राइट नाउ आई एम वर्किंग इन दिस जॉब प्लेस, whatever the wage I am paid, this is my transfer earning. This is called an earning at which worker is presently employed. He is ready to work at this wage rate. समझ में आया? This is also called the opportunity cost of a worker. What do you mean by opportunity cost? If I leave this job, how much earnings I have to sacrifice? The amount of pay which I am receiving from this institution. So, transfer earnings, these are the earnings at which the workers or a single worker is ready to do his present work. Clear? It is also called opportunity cost of the worker. If he leaves this job, he will be sacrificing the amount he is drawing from this job. And what is economic rent? This is over and above the transfer earning. Like if one teacher is paid 50,000 rupees per month in this job, and any other school like Beacon or City School is offering 70 or 80,000. So how much over and above that teacher will be receiving? 30,000 maybe, that is called economic rent. He is readily doing job over here, and how much over and above? A worker is employed in another place, and how much over and above he or she is going to receive, that is called economic rent. अब जब वो उस जॉब में सेटल हो जाएगा तो फिर वो उसकी ट्रांसफर अर्निंग हो जाएगी, फिर थर्ड जगह जाएगा तो उसकी ओवर एंड अबव जो है वो इकोनॉमिक है। बड़ा थिक कॉन्सेप्ट है, बट इट इज कैनॉट बी इजीली अंडरस्टूड। एवरीवन इज नॉट एबल टू एंजॉय द इकोनॉमिक रेंट। कैन यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग? हाउ?
Because somebody may be employed in the highest amount of industry.
Wrong.
Often you that
यकीन करेंगे आपने बड़ी जल्दी समझे, मुझे यूनिवर्सिटी में समझ नहीं था, मुझे इजिप्शियन टीचर ने पढ़ाया, वो आपको मेरे से समझ आ रहा है।
कोई लो लेवल
आई डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड क्या आप बताओ स्कीम है क्या है? आ गई समझ? मैं इसलिए इसको छेड़ नहीं था।
नहीं मुझे
अरे
सही
ओके
कि कोई लो लेवल एम्प्लॉयड बंदा आगे जा ही नहीं सकता, तो उनकी ट्रांसफर करनी कैसे?
क्या?
कि कोई लो लेवल एम्प्लॉयड बंदा आगे जा ही नहीं सकता, तो
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। जो अनस्किल्ड वर्कर्स हैं, they only have their transfer earnings, they cannot enjoy the economic rent. मैंने कल दोबारा सुना, I'm just killing the time right now. जाने कुछ नहीं होता लाइफ में। Listen please, we say कि अनस्किल्ड वर्कर पे कहेंगे एक लेबर डिमांड एंड सप्लाई बना लेते हैं। अगर समझ आ गया बता देना तो कल दोबारा, ठीक है? This is market equilibrium wage rate. Do you remember producer surplus we said in product market? So in labor market what it is? A worker is willing to do a job at this wage rate, but he is paid more than this. The area below the labor supply curve is called transfer earning, and above the labor supply curve and below the wages, this is called economic rent. Now see a very minute concept over here. If this labor supply curve becomes horizontal, this is labor demand. Now it is rotating clockwise. This area will be finished, and all the earnings will be transfer earnings. This is unskilled workers. They have perfect labor supply, so they can only, which she said, they can only earn the transfer earnings. Alright. एंड हाईली स्किल्ड पीपल, आपकी बुक ने उसकी पिक्चर दी है अमिताभ बच्चन की, दी हुई है पिक्चर उसमें, ही इज एंजॉयिंग द इकोनॉमिक रेंट, उसकी लेबर सप्लाई क्या है, हाईली स्किल्ड, क्यों नहीं?
So highly skilled and unskilled people have no economic rent.
नो, ये अब सप्लाई का इनइलास्टिक हो गया, इस ट्रांसफर अर्निंग्स विल बी रिमूव्ड
So
and all the earnings,
So all he has is economic rent.
yes, these are two extreme cases. Like a singer, as his demand is increasing, he is enjoying what economic rent because his supply is fixed. Any unique personality will always be enjoying the economic rent, and any worker who is belonging to unskilled market, they cannot earn economic rent.
Sir,
And those who are having upward sloping supply, they can earn both transfer earning and economic rent. अभी ये खत्म नहीं हुआ।
सिर्फ एक पॉइंट जिस पे आप सिर्फ ऊपर जा सकते हैं, ठीक है, मतलब आप
ऊपर जा सकते, आप भी जा सकती, मैं अकेला नहीं जा सकती।
मतलब क्योंकि जैसे इकोनॉमिक रेंट जो है वो, हाँ, मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा हूँ वो
बात ये है कि we have some unique personalities. Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan Sahab, he is a unique personality in nuclear sciences. If some of the university is using his name, that he is going to be the vice chancellor or rector of this university, so he will be enjoying what economic rent. He is such a unique person. Any singer you have in your mind, his personality is going to be unique. You can say a football player, Lionel Messi, उसकी example भी इन्होंने दी हुई है. Any of the football league matches, they are hiring him at a higher and higher rate. So what he is enjoying? Economic rent. Do you know abnormal profit is also the economic rent of the business? It is over and above the opportunity cost. Every factor of production can earn the economic rent whenever it is over and above the transfer earnings. समझ आया? नहीं है. Thank you. इसलिए